Yo, what up, man? Chris Somebody checking in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe anyway, and I appreciate all the support. Salute. Hope you guys is having a good Sunday, man. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. I did watch the T-Top event was yesterday. For the most part, it was a pretty cool event. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it was the best, but I don't think it was definitely much better than his first event. And I think it was obviously much better than the first go round. Everybody showed up, everybody battled. There was no shows. There was really no real issues. So that's kudos to him for that. Obviously there's always things you can work on here and there. Twerk versus Rum Nitty. The only disappointing thing about this battle was it was only 90-second rounds. I'm not really sure, unless it was just too expensive to be a 2-minute round battle or even a 3-minute round battle. I mean, I know you bring down the seconds and the minutes, and then the price goes down. So, if you're trying to do a battle and do some cheap shit where you be like, I'm trying to get you like $3,500, $4,000 for the battle, you know what I'm saying? Turn this into like an $8,000 battle. The only way you can get away with it is turn this shit into grind time rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because most of these people ain't gonna really do that. I'm not really a fan of short rounds. It's crazy because I used to love grind time and I used to love the short rounds. So I'm not really necessarily against it. I think if we know ahead of time that they're short rounds and we prepare ourselves for it and niggas really give they all in the 90 seconds and maybe even if it's judged like grind time was, I think short rounds will be great. But most of this card was not 90-second rounds. And then you get to this battle and it's 90-second rounds. But there was a lot of dope material in these 90 seconds between Twerk and Rum Nitty. I'm not gonna lie. Rum Nitty starts off, he has a cooking with Kaya thing about, I clap you in the kitchen. They're gonna have to fix plates for Twerk, talk about the plates in Twerk head, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna be unbelievable today, like April 1st. Miss Doubtfire bar, mask up. Twerk, you my brother. Fuck, scratch that part. Airplane seats with the button. Matter of fact, we don't even go back that far. He had like a little thing where he was basically talking about him and Twerk are like super cool, and he was saying, a matter of fact, it's just like airplane seats. We don't really go back that far. He had a good first round. It was kind of short. I ain't gonna say it was even short. I guess it was 90-second rounds. It's just Twerk was dumb long in the first round. Like he OD'd kind of in the first round. Probably gave you damn near almost 3 minutes. Twerk talked about fighting Rum Nitty at the first battle. How that if they would have went outside, he would have beat his ass. He talked about I would have made you touch the ground, but just like Walmart, you can't tap. At Walmart, you can't tap on your phone. That was kind of was a fire bar.
I don't care what he's talking. Because all I hear is lies. I'm out here going to jail because all I'm near is crime. I'm just a product of my environment, like a spirit bomb. We steer and drive.
He had a spirit bomb that was kind of nice. He had a gynecologist scheme where he kept bringing it back and using gynecologists like 3 different ways. That was fire. So Twerk clearly wins the first round. Second round, Rum Nitty has a crazy rebuttal, bro. He had a fire rebuttal to a little OJ Simpson bar that Twerk had used in OJ Simpson, where he kind of basically said, I'm gonna steal Jerzey, like hit you, but also steal. We know OJ Simpson went back to jail for trying to steal his own memorabilia or whatever.
Like hustling folk, crap up. He ain't have a cloud of suspicion. Like muffler smoke. Pulled up in the Jeep Wrangler, but he ain't have all his ducks in a row. Like muffler smoke, pulled up in the Jeep Wrangler, but he ain't have all his ducks in a row. Hopped out, punching on bro. Jack! One punch left his whole face dripping. Jack! That little bone in his nose ain't fixing. Jack! That'll stop the blood flow, like old age women. You won't be able to pull that overhand like O.J. Simpson.
To do you real dirty. I ain't finna wait for nothing. You gonna get killed early. He said something about O.J. Simpson glove. I'll let you get away with that. till I steal Jersey. I will
He had a crip walking bar, hop, skip, and jump, and a tally mark scheme where he kept bringing that back a few times as well. His second round was pretty cool. Twerk rebuttals, the tally mark bar. This is where I draw the line. Nice rebuttal. Both of them had good rebuttals. A Teletubby bar and all these quarter bar. The strapped in was kind of blah. He kind of had a lot. Something about, I don't want to go back to Arizona, Martin shit. That shit really fell flat. I'm not going to even lie. Niggas was expecting it to be more than what it was, but it wasn't. Rum Nitty wins the second round. And the third round is kind of like a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? To be real with you. I just feel like third round, Rum Nitty tells him, you used to be a fan favorite. Now the fans hate you. You the last nigga they want to see twerk like J2. Like that bar. That bar was actually fire.
You used to be one of the fan favorites. Everything I state true. Then the fans started to hate you. Now you the last person we want to see twerk like Jake. Get your brains. You got priceless talent. You too skilled. Being too real. You done said some bars that we would never forget. But we know you will. Get you killed.
He had a Sunshine Anderson bar. He told this nigga, you say some bars that we will never forget. Basically give him a lot of credit, tell him how dope he is. He said, man, you are so dope and got so much skill. You say some bars we will never forget, but you will. Basically saying we remember your bars better than you remember your bars. That was nice. Twerk comes back in the third. He has like a Pooh Shiesty Gucci bar. A couple other things. Rum Nitty probably wins the third round. It might be 2-1 Rum Nitty in my opinion, but it's really close. Probably could go either way. There was a lot of talk about this battle. A lot of fans obviously on my bumper about why this battle was even happening. And I told you that when Twerk didn't show up the first time, Rum Nitty got his back end. So now you got front end on Rum Nitty, front end on Twerk, back end on Rum Nitty, no back end on Twerk. So you didn't pay kind of like 3 payments. Front end on Twerk, front end on Rum Nitty, back end on Rum Nitty. So now you're out a lot of money. I don't know how much money you out. Maybe you paid, let's just say you paid Rum Nitty $1,500, Twerk $1,500. Now you out $3 grand. The back end, let's just say you owe the back end of Rum Nitty $1,500. Now you out $4,500. The only way you can even begin to make your money back is to put this battle, Twerk and Rum Nitty, on YouTube, let it get 400,000 to 500,000 views, and then let YouTube pay you $35,000 to $4,000 back in revenue. And then you can make up for the battle. That's the only way you can do it. So I'm not really surprised that niggas did the battle. Like, everybody can't take a loss. I know ARP that decided he didn't want to redo Show Off and Calico, but ARP took a loss too. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to ARP. He's not crazy about not having that battle. It's not something he's proud of. It's not something that he wants or whatever, but he's a very prideful guy. So instead of redoing the battle, putting it on YouTube, trying to make some revenue, he let Calico eat his deposit. Like, just take his deposit. And I'm hearing it's a significant amount of money. It's not like $500. I'm hearing it's probably a significant amount of money. But either stance you take, I understand. If you got the money to be able to say, fuck Calico, we not redoing the battle. You remember, ARP said Calico was doing a 2-battle deal. He was battling Show Off the first battle and A-Ward the second battle. So he might have got a deposit that was equivalent to the Show Off and A-Ward battle all at once. I don't know that for sure, but that's very possible. But maybe ARP obviously is financially stable enough to where he can let you eat that money, not like it in the relationship, in the business relationship with you, and move forward. But everybody's not like that. You know, I can't say what ARP is willing to do may not be what T-Top's willing to do. He may not be able to allow $4,500 to go out his pocket and not make no money. So I'm not surprised when he redoes the battle. Calico is going to do the same thing. Calico, at some point in time, Twerk no-showed the Marv 1 battle. Calico has probably paid Marv 1 and he gave Twerk a deposit. He needs to make his money back. He's gonna redo the Twerk and Marv 1 battle at some point in time. And when he does it, I'm not gonna kill it because it's a redo. So as long as Twerk ain't popping up on new cards, I'm not gonna lie, Twerk was pretty good last night. He had his moments. Obviously, the battle could go either way. You could obviously argue Rum Nitty won the battle. Twerk was actually pretty good. It kind of showed a little bit of why people fuck with him so much, regardless of all the BS. He actually had a lot of nice bars in this battle. And, I don't think URL should probably just be trying to like, oh, now we can put him on Gnome or whatever. But at the same time, if he can put together maybe another good performance, then maybe you can give him a little bit of grace or some shit like that. I don't really know. I think, honestly, URL, they should just redo all the battles that they were supposed to do with Twerk. If you're gonna put Twerk on the card, he got a lot of battles that he hasn't done. He hasn't done a Ward battle. That was TBL. He didn't do that battle, okay? He didn't do Jerry West battle. That was URL. He didn't do Serious Jones battle. That was URL. He didn't do Av battle. That was URL. So if you want to book Twerk and you want to figure out a way to get him on the card, have him do the battles he was supposed to do. Literally 6 months ago, URL booked him for an app-only battle versus Serious Jones. He didn't do the battle. Serious Jones got an interview with 3 Letterman talking about he didn't do the battle. If you want to put Twerk on a card, put him, tie up all of those loose ends first. Serious Jones, Jerry West, A Ward, shit like that. Tie up that. Don't come out the blue and be like, yo, Summer Madness, we got Twerk and Iron Solomon. It's like, what about Serious Jones? What about Jerry West? What about A Ward? That's what I feel like needs to happen. There needs to be something shown where we're not just going to keep rewarding you with newer and bigger battles. We're going to make you do all these battles that we paid you deposits for. We're going to stop pushing deposits to the next battle. And no, you're just going to do the battles that you were supposed to do. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't really kill a card if I looked up and I saw it was Twerk and Serious Jones. It was already booked. So I'd just be like, oh, y'all niggas completing the mission. It's when y'all just do new shit. Like, oh, we going to do fucking, I don't know, like Twerk and whoever, Ilmac or Twerk and Daylight or whoever. You just do a random battle out the blue and it's like, oh, you're going to get this nigga not only a new deposit, you're going to give him a bigger battle. You're going to give him somebody bigger than Jerry West, bigger than Serious Jones, bigger than A Ward or whatever. You're going to give him, I don't know. Let's just say he had never battled Surf and everybody was talking about, oh, I think Surf and Twerk should battle. It's like you're going to reward a nigga who missed a Jones battle, Jerry West battle, and A Ward battle. Now you're going to give him Surf. That's what has been happening throughout his career. He's been missing battles and getting even bigger battles. Just make him do the battles he's supposed to do well in those, and then we can start wiping some of these slates clean, and I would be cool with that. That's just me personally. But I'll be back with more battles to talk about. Definitely this Jazz and T-Top battle, but appreciate the support. Holla at your boy.